Welcome to the channel. This is Geauxgreddy. Welcome to the 2021 FIA Manufacturers Exhibition season here on GT Sport. It's round number 7, and tonight we're at Big Willow, and it's open tuning. That's right. You get to see the Greddy tune in action here at Big Willow, so strap in tight and hold on. It's going to be a fun one. All right, so this lobby opens up, and I was really hoping and praying that I would be in split 2, but absolutely no such luck. I am in top split, and actually I'm pretty decent at this combination, and my tune is pretty solid, so I was really hoping to be in the split lower, possibly go for the victory, but instead I got names like Turismo Lester, Hell's Fire, ASR Rush, Apple Pop. I mean, it just goes on and on. So, well, we're just going to have to do what we can do, so let's get out there and qualify. All right, so a little tense in qualifying. I was, just pushing hard, trying to get that really good lap time. And, first lap there is a 108.106. Actually, I'd gone off on my first out lap because I was trying to let some people by. I just wanted a good gap to start my lap, and that didn't happen. So, actually, I'm only going to get 2 laps, and we normally can get about 4. So this is not ideal, especially in this split lobby. Now, even with that 108.106, I'm in Q7, which is not terrible. And you can see I'm starting to catch this little group in front here. The door number 17 up here in front of me, and so that tells me I'm putting in a pretty decent lap. I've got a best split 0.041 seconds faster, so I'm getting down into the low 108s. I know that, but I really want to be in the 107s. I could run a 107. I just really want it for this lobby. I come around the final corner, take it okay. I mean, I could have taken it better, but Will goes wide there, which actually helps me out. I can get a little bit of his slipstream as I head towards the finish line. I come across the finish line with a 107.9, still not that great, but hey, a P4 to start the race. In the top split, I start behind Turismo Lester. So we get the 3-2-1, and the strategy for this race is pretty simple. You have softs and mediums available. You have to run both sets of tires, and we got 20 laps. I think the tire wear was on 4X, so that meant you could go 10 or 11 on the softs, or 9 if you were in a car that was really, really hurting its tires. But so my plan was a 10-10 split, 10 soft, 10 medium. Start on the soft because I want to get away from that angry gaggle of people behind me. And right away, I am catching Turismo Lester. Now, I am no genius. I do not claim to be the smartest man on the planet at all. But if Geauxgreddy is catching Turismo Lester, it's most likely because he is on medium tires. So either that, I've just gotten a lot better the last week. I'm going to guess medium tires here. So in the race, I'm like, all right, Lester is on medium tires. I have to pass him because he will slow me down. And then, again, the group behind us will catch us. And plus, he's pretty much lost me the slipstream to P2 up there, which kind of sucks, but what are you going to do about it? So we come around the last corner. You can see he's drifting around that last corner. And you'll see here, he gives me the left turn signal. Lester signaling Greddy by. I accept the invitation, and I slide on by down the inside and provide slipstream assistance to Lester. And so here we go. We head into turn 2. All is well. Greddy in P3 and looking strong. All I got to do is close it out. That's it. That's all I got to do. So on to lap 4. You can see now I have pulled away from Lester. He is no longer in my slipstream. So I'm like, okay, let's relax. Let's save tires. You can see I'm going in the corner nice and gently, rolling the throttle back in nice and gentle. I get on it full throttle here, coming out the other side, and get into the dirt. No big deal. What? Did I go across the street and off the track? Unbelievable. Unforced error. I re-enter the track as safely as I can. I don't really want to. And then dirty tires, and I'm sliding all over the place. And it is just absolutely awful. My nightmare comes true. I'm in P3. I've got essentially a top 5 locked. All I got to do is not run off the track. And I run off the track. I'm one of the easier turns on the course. So now I'm behind Totally Lit, and he is struggling here on lap 5, not P5. And he's like, I'm staying to the left here, ready to let you go on by on the inside, but the BMW just too slow. I can't send it down the inside. So Lit's like, well, here, I'll go out the outside. Here, Grady, you go down the inside. So Lit lets me down the inside there, so I appreciate that, Lit. I couldn't pass him. So lap 7, I catch up to Greasy and Bernardo here. Greasy, pretty good pace. We have pretty similar pace, actually. But he's on medium tires. I'm on soft tires. He lets me slide down the inside, so appreciate that, Greasy. So we passed him up. We're back into P10. So fell back to P12, back up to P10, on to lap number 8. And Bernardo goes into the pits. So now I'm on Josh Benelli's rear end. And heading into turn 2, he leaves it out wide, so I slide underneath him there. So Josh lets me slide on by, so appreciate that, Josh. But then he goes in the pits, so even better yet. So he didn't block me right before he headed in the pits. I go into the pits here on lap 20. Going to come off the softs, going to head back on mediums. Now, the reason I did that was because I was able to save some tire in that traffic by just having to kind of let off and wait on people. So we come out in P9, but I am on the medium tires, and I know the soft runners are coming. Greasy right here within 4/10. And when I brake here at the 50 board, he really uses the brakes on that portion, closes the gap quickly. Now I'm just going to let him slide underneath me right here because honestly, I don't want to hold either of us up, and I want to use the slipstream and the fact that he has soft tires to try and pull away from Totally Lit, who is now on my tail. Now he moved over to the left for me when I was on soft tires, so I'm going to do the same for him. I'm just going to move over to the left here. I'm just going to let him slide underneath me. We're on lap 16. There's no way I'm going to hold him off for another 4 laps. It's just going to cause us both time. And here comes Hellsfire. So Hellsfire in the Ferrari, also on soft tires, runs me down. So back down to P11 for Greddy. And now I'm going to get in Hellsfire slipstream and see what he can do for me. So I'm able to follow Hellsfire, and Totally Lit goes off track there. So I get right on the rear bumper of Hellsfire, give him a little bump draft here. Actually going to use Hellsfire to pull me past that fast Ford GT. And I'm able to do that. A little bump there on Hellsfire. Made him go wide there. I wasn't going to pass him here. I was just staying out the left side to try and stay on the slipstream of Lit. Get right back in behind him here on the final lap. We were able to pull away from Totally Lit, but unable to catch Hellsfire here after the final corner and walk away with a pretty disappointing but pretty good P10. So while it was a good P10 in top split, it was a little disappointing. And that I could have honestly had a P4, P5 in that race. So take 213 points, and I decide to go again. And the lobby opens up, and I'm hoping for second split. And nope, top split again. And I don't know why. I think my butt cheeks were just clenched too tight there. Run a 108, 183. When I'm telling you I can run a 107 qualifying, I can. I just don't know. I was just too tight in this lobby. So that starts me here in position 8 to start the race, behind Akito and Mr. MCA, very familiar name. Does a lot of track guides. So if you haven't ever checked out Mr. MCA's track guides, if you're watching my channel, I'm sure you have. But if you haven't, check out his channel, Mr. MCA, just like you see it right there above his BMW. And I can say this for the first time ever, that Mr. MCA is holding me up. He was all over the place here on the first and second lap, and he was actually causing me some problems. So. But I'm not going to send it on Mr. because I owe him way too much to be sending it on old Mr. there. So we come around on turn number 1 and Sikkim, and this Ford GT had the strangest tune. It was so slow in the corners, but it was so fast on the straight, and it was causing me all sorts of issues. So he goes around the outside of me there on the corner. I brake to go slip underneath him, but Greasy, nice move up the inside there, alters my line. Very good. This is a top split kind of move. So these are the kind of moves they make that you don't see in the lower lobbies. It's a clean inside block move there. He just takes my line away from me. You just got to tip your hat, get back in line, and try and make a move back later in the race. So I get back in line, and I got Hellsfire all over my tail. Hellsfire, I believe, was the #1 ranked player in this lobby. I believe he is, I mean, you see Hellsfire's name at the top of the leaderboards all the time. Super fast guy. So that's what I'm dealing with. I'm trying to hold off like one of the best drivers in the Americas. I learned a lot this race. That's what I'm going to say. I learned a lot this race. So, heading down into turn 1. Behind Greasy, I'm in P9. Greasy goes wide, gets in the grass, loses the rear end of his Porsche. Now, I kind of lift and move to the left there a little bit, and that allows just the slightest gap for Hellsfire. He sends it up the inside. Good move there by Hellsfire. It was a bold, it it was a strong move, but it was a good, clean move. And I just got onto the side of his car just so I could slip back in as soon as possible to keep Will from freight training me. So that's really the only reason contact was made there. I didn't want that BMW coming by as well. So jump back in Hell's Fire Slip. I know he's fast, and there's no doubt he's fast. So I'm just going to try and get him to pull me up towards the front. On to lap number 12. And look at Sikkim in that Ford GT just absolutely run me down. Now, like I said, very fast on the straight was this Ford GT, but it was just not very good in the corners. Then the BMW is the opposite. Very slow on the straight, but very fast in the corners. So this was like the worst combination of two cars to be racing with each other ever. Because I think, honestly, we just slowed each other down, to be completely honest. So as you can see, my lap times in the 110s there. I can run 109s, running softs to start the race. So I know that he was slowing me down. And I was slowing him down, and it was just the way it was. So we catch Nikito, who is on mediums. We are both on softs. And he goes wide here. I go to slide under, but I just bump him. I think there's a little bit of net lag there. It looked like I wasn't going to touch him, but I did bump him, which unfortunately didn't allow me to get to the inside and get behind Nikito and then maybe make a move and put Nikito between me and Sikkim so I could pull away. And then Sikkim hits Nikito, knocks him off the track. Nikito comes back on and hits me. Sikkim does not lift and let Nikito back by after he pushes him off the track. So some not clean racing there by Sikkim. I wasn't too impressed with that. So unable to catch him in the final corner, and I end up with a P8. So the Geauxgreddy tune was tight, but unfortunately I was unable to capitalize on it when I had the chance. Settle for a P8, 243 points. My best haul so far this season, so I can't really complain, but just so close what could have been. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the race. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like and subscribe. Come back, check out some more of the action. For myself, Geauxgreddy, y'all have a great evening. DJ Clean, take us out of here.